This is Python's Paradise. This is your host, Greg Gilbert, aka the Python Hyena. And folks, we are on June 21st, 2021. And 2 years ago today, the guest I'm about to introduce was on my show. And forget about Bigfoot or Loch Ness Monster or anything else you're trying to find, because we got a bigger mystery, and that is the person I'm going to be interviewing. I don't know who found him, and I know Christopher Norris is well on investigating that, paying a team of millions to investigate that, and still haven't figured it out. And even Debbie Sue Voorhees has put this guy to work on a voice on 13 Fanboy, because even she's drawn some parallel theories, So I'm going to talk to this unusual being today because I owe it to Christopher Norris. I owe it to Noelle Berger and Christy Fontenot and everybody else. I owe it to them. I owe it to them, especially my brother Andrew, who still can't figure out how I hooked this up. Folks, I give you the very unusual, which is the first time I've ever made that introduction. Troy Oelke. How you do, Troy?
Hello, hello. How you doing, Greg?
I'm just trying to figure out what that background is. Is that you? That looks like a penis in the water there.
That's Bigfoot riding the Loch Ness Monster, flipping everybody off.
I was close.
Very close.
You're as hairy as Bigfoot.
Yes. I don't quite have Nessie's neck for my my lower appendage. I mean, it's close. Close.
Yeah. Yeah, look what I'm wearing today.
Very nice.
13 Fanboy.
That's nice.
Yeah. Which you and I are both part of.
Yes. Looking really forward to that.
Yeah, I don't know. They're saying August 13th, but I still don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I think they're still shooting for that. And last I heard, they are in talks with some distributors. So, yeah, let's hope. We'll get some, hopefully here in about a month or two, we'll get some trailers hitting the internet, and then it's on.
Well, I want to know what was going on with you earlier. What'd you do? Piss all over your kitchen floor? What was that video you put up there?
Oh, man. So I have a 72-gallon bow front fish tank.
Okay.
And I'm an easily distracted person. So I was filling it. And then I got busy for a while. And I walked out just in time to hear what I thought was a waterfall. And it was, in fact, my fish tank overflowing all over the floor, which I always stop at like 4 inches above. And then I do the rest with pitchers of water, just so that doesn't happen, because it's really easy. It's silent. And to turn away, it'll sneak up on you. Today it got me.
Okay, well, that's your version. You plugged the friggin' toilet, didn't you?
I'm telling you what, man, Taco Bell is no way to start the day.
Well, you probably had a better day than me. I got up to go to work, took my car down to a parking space, and got myself, had to look after an errand. And then when I went back to my car, it wouldn't start.
Oh.
So I had to get my car towed up to get it worked on. Well, my supervisor drove me to my 2 workplaces, which was nice of her, but this is why I tell people online, quit sending your independent film requests to me, because I'm telling you right now, between my CPAP machine, which I just got, and my car, it's like, and my rent, it's like every fucking thing is hitting me up on my money. And I hate dipping into my savings, but because I know one paycheck goes to my rent.
You know what though? I would feel sorry for you, but you know damn well you've been warned about your car's extended warranty multiple times by phone.
Yes, but you know what?
You guys,
I don't.
you guys not get those spam calls up there?
That you mean the ones I don't answer?
Yeah, Jesus man, we get spammed out with those every day.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
tell you what though. I'll tell you what. Honestly, if you want to have some fun, just answer it because they all say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Year, make, and model of your car, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. That's their opening line. And I always say the same thing. It's a 1987. You go fuck yourself. And then suddenly the line goes blank. It's weird. It does. It works, and it is mildly satisfying. Honestly.
There you go. There you go. Unlike when I call you and I hear, who is it? Who is it? Wait a minute, I got to turn the TV down.
Yeah.
It's like, fucking answer. That's your fucking answering machine. You have no idea how many times I will smack you right in the side of the head when I get that.
You remember Born in East LA, the movie with Cheech
I
Marin
didn't
from
see that
Song?
one. I know which one you're talking to about though.
Okay, so basically the movie was he was just like an American dude, but he was living really close to the border, and somehow he went over, and then he couldn't get back over.
Mm-hmm.
But so he tried to call his cousin, and his cousin had this hilarious answering machine. He was like, "Hey," it had the music playing in the background, or whatever it was. And he's like, I can't hear you, man. Hold on. And you hear him walk off, turn down the music, come back, and man, just kidding. I'm not here. Just leave a message. And so that's basically what I did. Is just totally ripped that off. It's so fucking hilarious because, well, and I get like my doctor, my dentist's office and shit. They call and like, that was a weird answering machine you had there. Kind of funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah. But anyway, that was my day, and I'm hoping that I'm right now awaiting my second vaccine, so I can travel to Toronto. Normally, I probably wouldn't care because I haven't seen any of that stuff around me, but I kind of want to travel to Toronto again this fall. So I'm like, okay, I'll get the 2 needles and do my thing, I guess.
What you do, I think if you want to like spice it up, just have them inject it somewhere different. Just like when you get to unzip your pants and pull them down to your knees and be like, all right, where's my shots?
You got yours in each ass cheek, didn't you?
No, I was thinking testicles.
Oh.
Stick the needle in farther, Doc.
Oh, gee. Yeah. So how have you been?
Oh man, I've been doing pretty good. I've really been kind of opening up the doors to a lot more voice work, and I'm really liking it. And I'm feeling like it's a little bit of my calling. It really tailors to my busy life.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I'm just really liking that right now a lot. And in fact, I'm getting more and more and more work. I'm thinking about looking into, some probably online just due to the fact of nature, but some sort of accredited voice school.
Mm-hmm.
No. She's looking at me with her head twisted and that crunchy toy in her mouth.
Is that squirrel?
That's my dog. We got her this little chew toy that makes a crinkly noise that she seems to love and has not played with it all day until I decide to go on a pod.
Isn't that how it always works?
Yep.
My kitty's just laying over there asleep. He don't care.
Well, she just chose the quieter toy, which I'm happy with. Now the squirrel right now is at the vet.
What's he doing there?
We're just doing a checkup before her surgery stuff, but now I don't even know what the doctor told the wife versus what I was told before versus. So tomorrow the doctor is going to call me and I'm going to get to the bottom of what they're trying to say. So It almost sounds like she's pretty good. I don't know if they're trying to say she doesn't need the surgery at all or what exactly they're saying. So gonna have to get answers before I can make a decision on that. I'd rather her not have to go to the surgery if she didn't have to, because when they just tried to do the one tooth last time, they didn't even get to the tumor. She has tumors at the roots of her teeth, and they are like, they're not tumors like you and I would think of tumors, something squishy and brown or whatever. These are they're fucking rocks, like, you know, like kidney stones, that kind of thing. And I'm told that even if you take it out, or once you get it out, you can take a pair of pliers and you can't smash it. So you can't really drill it out or break it up and pull it out smaller pieces. So they have to literally just yank it out through their nose. And their teeth are shaped like the letter C. And so if they only stick out of their mouth like an inch, it's, you know, 2 or 3 inches back in their head or whatever. It's a big curve. So they have to pull them out in a curve. Well, they have to pull the tooth out and then break it off, pull it out from the root. And then they have to then pull the tumor out through the nose, break the nose and all that. Well, tooth broke in half. And she came home, she was messed up for months. You know, she's just kind of back to herself, but she's still, you know, it's hard to say, because he's like, oh, well, she's, you know, she's putting on weight. That means she's eating and everything. Well, she's putting on weight because she's not doing anything. She sleeps 20 over 24 hours a day, you know, and it's like, she's not quite herself. She's not, and I don't know, it was just harder for her to breathe. I don't know. I really need to talk to the doctor to get some answers. And once he can explain to me what's going on, because she didn't understand half of what it was, and then she's trying to tell me half of what he was telling her plus what she's feeling. So I just gotta wait till tomorrow to figure that part out.
Well, we're both involved with 13 Fanboy. We're in my little shirt. I got a tote bag here with it on there, and it was pretty cool because, of course, I'm involved as a co-producer, and my picture will be in the movie. Apparently, it gets splattered with blood.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you do a voice in the movie where I guess apparently you're up to absolutely no good to somebody.
Yes, hotel security. That's apparently not very helpful. I do the voice that, and then of course, you know, I'm associate producer too, and then I have a character named after me, which actually Jason Bradford will be playing.
Yeah.
So I believe by the time this is released, that should be out. So yeah, very fun, very fun. Really looking forward to that. Deborah Voorhees has been, I have to say, really instrumental in just everything that's going on for me right now. And it was just really, she kind of like kicked it off. I was always doing what I was doing, but it was her that really said, like, to me, that I had talent or whatever, you know, and that, but she was also honest in the fact that, you know, raw talent, it still needs to be, you know, tempered and whatnot, which I also appreciated. And she really gave me confidence to, like, I don't think I would reach out to half the people I do. You know, I just make my videos because they're fun and I like making jokes and shit. And then, you know, eventually it turned out people seem to like them. So, you know, I just don't care. I'm just trying to make people laugh. I'm just trying to have fun myself. So, you know, when she, you know, we're talking about, she's super interesting, as you know, not only being a Friday the 13th actress, one of the most memorable deaths in the franchise, but she's worked on news channels. She's an author. I mean, she's pretty fucking amazing. And to have someone like that, you know, kind of tell you that they like what you're doing, it was a real confidence booster for me. And, you know, I just don't think I ever really looked back from there. I just been trying to just keep trucking, and I'm meeting more and more new people, so many filmmakers, and I've been reaching out a lot more and more for some voice work. And so as of right now, if all goes well, I just I'm playing Dr. Dark's voice. It's an actual character in the movie, but I'm doing the voice of him, someone that sits in the dark, I think, is a DJ. For Gore All Hallows Eve. I've got a voice part in Valentine's Bluffs, the new My Bloody Valentine fan film. Amityville Shark House. Or no. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
What'd you say, the Amityville shithouse?
I got a voice thing in that. Of course, I do a lot of Josh Graves stuff. I just did the trailer for Vicious Girls, the trailer for The House That Eat Flesh. Vanessa Iota writes their film 5. Oh, Worst Laid Plans. It's an anthology of.
Did you say the flush that eats shit?
The house that eats what? That'd be the subway bathroom.
That'd be an extended deleted scene from Jason Takes Manhattan.
A blooper.
What'd you say, best laid plans?
Worst Laid Plans. So it's a horror anthology about terrible things that happen to people on vacation.
That's the laid part.
And so I got to do voiceover in for all those trailers, actually, all 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just been really fun. And I'm thinking I like that a lot.
And we're both, of course, involved in some James Balsamo films.
Yes.
He reached out to me for Alien Danger, but I just can't do it right now.
I'm in the same boat. He reached out to me, but I just at this particular time, I'm not able to do it. But
yeah,
possibly the next one.
I don't know. I think a lot of people. I get a lot of Facebook ads from people that's got me in common with a lot of people, and I accept them. And then it comes, would you check out and contribute to my film project? And I'm like, oh, I hate to be rude to people. And I actually was at work one night and I got one of these requests, and I'm like, I'm already tired. Because these people don't seem to grasp the fact that I work as a cleaner, so I'm already behind the gun. But I think people see that I do this podcast and they think I'm raking in the dough. I don't make anything doing this, I do this because I enjoy it. But I 13 Fanboy, I don't remember what I spent on that. I know the co-producer perk is more expensive now than when I started. Yeah. But that is the most I spent on one. I'd like to get involved in her next one, but I just can't contribute to so many of these. I thought Never Hike Alone was fantastic. I thought It's Me Billy, the Black Christmas one, was fantastic.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet.
Oh, it's fantastic. I've interviewed 2 people from it already. And they
it's hard to keep up. Like,
well, that one's all done. I've seen it's on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, it is done. And I just contributed getting a Blu-ray and a t-shirt. I didn't get involved. It's like 42, 43 minutes. But boy, where the other 2 Black Christmas follow-us up were absolute shit. This one actually acts as a true sequel to the original film.
Oh, cool.
And they did it well. So, but I see a lot of these fan films, and I hate to say this, but you'll probably agree with me. A lot of it, they advertise a lot of their friends, and it looks like something shot in somebody's backyard. Would you agree with that on a lot of these?
Well, I some of these I see, and what I try to look through, because I noticed that a lot of those that we see are the quick little teaser trailers that they shoot with their phone and their friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They don't have their project put together yet, and so I do understand a lot of how that works. I shoot most of my shit with my phone, so I try I try to just look beyond that, like, the basic concept, how are the angles, I mean, does this have potential? Does the story, does the concept? But yeah, a lot of people, I'm a little bit surprised at what they may use as a trailer sometimes. I'm like, I like the idea of what you're doing. I like everything that you got going on. I think that your trailer could have been done better, one angle, one scene, you know what I mean? Just I don't know. There's a lot that could be done. But it just
Yeah.
it is what it is. If you got to get a quick trailer out or a proof of concept or whatever, that it is. What do you do?
Yeah. No, and again, like I'm not some great talent. That's why you don't see me act in anything other than these Balsamo movies where my terrible performances actually fits,
All right.
But I don't know. Like sometimes I think that after Never Hike Alone took off, it's like everybody's jumping the gun on that. And I mean, best of luck to them, but I want to see a
Sure.
good project. And I especially seen a lot of Friday the 13th fan films that left me less than impressed.
This is why I'm really excited about Valentine's Bluffs, the Sawyer Massacre. When it comes to fan films, there are 2,000. I thought Vengeance was pretty good. I loved Never Hike Alone. I thought that was really well done. Smart.
Never Hike
Too.
Alone was fantastic, and so was
Yeah.
It's Me, Billy. If they were all done on that level, great.
Excellent. Yeah,
Yep.
and so, but now, kind of. I mean, I guess you could really look into someone's background, but at some point, every filmmaker is a first-time filmmaker. So, there are certainly ones that put out a trailer. You're like, damn, this already looks good. And then there's some that look terrible in the trailer, but you're like, this looks like potentially, I understand their trailers, with their phone, they're trying to hurry it up. But I do like the fact that there are so many Friday the I'm looking forward to Jason Rising. I think that might be really cool. But other than that, I'm a little bit Friday the 13th fan filmed out. Victim No More would be cool. There's a few of the upper echelon ones I'm really looking forward to, but there's so many people that are just slamming shit out there that there's 800 Jasons. And I think next might be the Halloween. So I could really appreciate, and not that there's anything wrong with it. I mean, who the hell can get enough of Jason or Michael Myers? But it really makes me appreciate these guys doing the Valentine's Bluffs, the Sawyer Massacre, the kind of what's not yet mainstream. You know what I mean? Everybody's going after like you said, after the success of a few of the Friday covers, everybody's like, all right, I want a shot at that. And, more power to them. I hope we get tons of great fan films. But at the same time, I really enjoy seeing the other offshoots. I really think that My Bloody Valentine missed a shot at a franchise. I mean, that original.
Yeah.
Had they gone and pushed for sequel after sequel, they could have taken that minor, into seven, 8 films. I love that they did the remake in 3D and all that, but I want more.
Skittle! Look, there's somebody hairier than you.
The tubby little fella.
Kitty's like, Japers, you're exploiting me again. Hi, Kitty. Kitty,
how old is Kitty?
I have no idea.
In cat years, exactly.
I don't know. Yeah, he's a rescue. Hi, Skittles. Hey, Gigi.
Did he rescue you?
Well, he keeps me so I'm not bored. There, his tail. Hi, Kitty. Oh, he jumped down.
Yeah. They're
He's like,
silent, sleek, and elegant.
Kitty's like, Japers, was a hairy thing on the screen.
It's a Sam Squamch.
Yeah. No, but so I haven't put my name on a project from a co-producer standpoint since, well, I'm associate producer on Reunion from Hell, but that was last year. And
Have you seen that yet? Didn't that come out?
yeah, I haven't seen it. And I haven't seen, well, I think the last one I put my name on was The Dead End, which I think is being shot now. And I think that's the last thing I put my name on. That again, last year. Now I do have my name on a couple things for minor reasons, like The Witches of the Sand, for example.
Is that
That's Tony Martin's film. I had him on.
okay.
Now I'm
Yeah,
not.
I just saw some stuff about that, and I'm just now meeting him and starting to see some of that stuff. So I'm a little behind on that, but I did notice that one.
Well, what I did with that, Lynn Laurie had it on her Facebook page, and I met her at Horrorama 2018. I get a bunch of stuff signed by her as well, and she was in Shivers and the Crazies and stuff like that. So I clicked on it, and she's in it. Linnea Quigley's in it. Deborah Lamb is in it. Genevieve Rossi is in it. Barbara McDuffie from Suspiria is in it, and Eileen Dietz from The Exorcist is in it. I'm like, this guy's got some names in this film.
Very
And
cool.
so what I did was I had him on the show. He didn't ask me to contribute. I reached out to him because I liked the cast. I thought, well, I'll ask him if he wants to come on. And he came on the show. He's a British director, and I said to him, I said, I'd like to do either purchase a Blu-ray or get my picture in the film. And purchasing the Blu-ray would have been less money. He said, purchase a Blu-ray and he'll put my picture in the film just for the interview. I thought that was
Cool.
pretty cool, you know? So I said, sure. And so I got involved with that. And I don't mind if people reach out to me for interviews. David Black, who's an Australian filmmaker, reached out to me for an interview. He actually asked me, he said, do you talk about Aussie films on your show? And I'm like, sure, come on.
I'd
And
love to.
yeah, I had him on, you know, but I like the fact neither one of them pitched me their film and said, would you contribute? Look, best of luck to these people, you know, like best of luck to these people, but it's just friggin' and I said this to James Balsamo. I was very polite with him, but I said I just can't right now, and he understood that, you know. So, but I got my name on 9 James Balsamo films, so that's pretty cool, you know. So
That guy is a hoot. So have you heard they're going to be remaking The Toxic Avenger? I don't know who's all involved in that yet, but
sounds
I
very
told him
toxic to me.
it's picking up steam.
I don't
Could be
know.
interesting.
I don't know. I've had Toxie himself on the show, the Mop Boy.
Oh,
Yep, I had him on
yeah.
here.
Awesome. Melvin the Mop Boy.
I had him on here. Yep, yeah. So we celebrated some Toxic Avenger. Yeah, for James Balsamo, I got my name on 9 of his movies, and one of them hasn't even appeared on IMDb yet, which is Nightmare Party Twist or Twerk of Terror. But I've seen 3 of them. I've seen Cool as Hell 2, It Wants Blood, and Catch of the Day 2. Those are the 3 I've seen. Out of the 3 of them, the one I'm most interested in is It Wants Blood, out of the ones I've seen. And I saw the rough cut of that. But
I just watched it, the full
you see,
release.
here's the thing. I can't get that to work on Vimeo, and I just said fuck it and gave up, you know. When
Bummer.
when that thing gets released on Blu-ray, I'll get it. I said, James, get it on Blu-ray, I'll order a copy. You know,
It's his best for sure. I like it. It was he's got that damn funny style.
well, he had Joe Castro do the creature effects in it. And
Yeah.
that of course was helpful. But whenever I saw the rough cut, there was only one creature. I guess since then he's added another, and he got Lita from the WWE in it. So he's gotten,
It ended up quite different from the rough cut that I saw last.
Oh, nice.
In fact, everything that I was like, oh, I just realized, oh, that really was literally the rough cut, and it definitely was more polished by far.
Well, and Aline Dietz is in this, and I got her in that film because she messaged me and asked how she could get involved, if she could get part in my film. And I'm like, well, it's not my film, but I connected her with James Balsamo. I said, James, get Eileen Dietz. She was Pazuzu in The Exorcist. Get her in this movie. He got her in this movie.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm seen in 2 spots in it, and I'm being watched on a television by Eric Roberts, which I'm assuming you are as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And I played it kind of the same. I know the first part I'm supposed to really trash the senator, played by Eric Roberts. And at the end of the film, I'm supposed to turn everything around to be, he's a
and
great
talk
guy.
like, I supported him the whole time.
I didn't do that. I didn't not do that, but I didn't quite do that. I kind of came off was I'm kind of disappointed, but it is what it is. See where it goes kind of way. I guess that's where I played it. And I like the fact that it played during the end credits. So
yeah, me too. I actually was more impressed with that than because I'm used to growing up, I always loved Cannonball Run and the shit that put they had those while the credits are going. I love those scenes, and to be part of that was really cool.
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to seeing the finished film, but I'm bummed out I couldn't see it, but I couldn't find any place where I could put the code. I don't know what the frig is with that. And to the point where I threw my hands up and I was like, screw it, I can wait, I've got 6 other cameos in his movies that I don't even know when I'm going to see those. So, but I've seen Cool as Hell 2, It Wants Blood, and Catch of the Day 2, Rough Cut. And Hollywood Werewolf is one that I got my name on. I know that's being worked on. Killer Waves 2. Nightmare Party Twerk of Terror is not even listed on IMDb, but I've seen the poster for it. I took that one on just based on the friggin' title. Twerk of Terror. And I shot stuff and sent to James for it, so whenever. And I Spill Your Guts 2. I'm on that one. Bite School 2 and Balsamo Beach. Those are the ones I got my names on.
I played Mickey Roundhouse in Balsamo Beach.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what I am. I know I got Skittles in 1 or 2 of them.
Which Frankie Buttercup is who I played in It Wants Blood. And then Catch of the Day 2, I was Dick Tucker.
Dick Tucker. Yeah.
Little Silence of the Lambs shout out.
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to seeing those, you know. So I'm looking forward to seeing the finished version of It Wants Blood. To be frank, I want to see how that turned out. So
Well,
anyway,
now I still have to buy it. I'd only rented it, and then I only had it for a couple days. So now I got to go purchase it if I want to see it again.
well, he's gonna have to get it on physical media so I can get it. I mean, I can't do this whole online thing for too much. This is a thing with 13 Fanboy. I'll get a Blu-ray when it comes out. I don't even know what I'm supposed to get from that film.
I
I
cannot remember any of the perks that were associated with what I got. I don't know if I have posters coming. I have no idea.
I have no idea too, but I'd like to get a Blu-ray of the film, but I'd like to see it in the theaters. Like, I'm sorry, but I doubt I'll see that streaming online. And it's not out of not wanting to see it. It's a matter of I'm not subscribed to a lot of these streaming services. Look how Vimeo or whatever went for me with Balsamo. I'm sorry, I'm not doing that shit, you know? If worse comes to worse, I'll have to wait for the Blu-ray. I'd like to see it on the movie screen. Considering the fact that I'm a co-producer, I think I've earned that right, but we'll see how the planets align on that. At least you know, Debbie Sue got that whole thing shot before lockdown.
Yeah.
She nipped it in the butt on that.
Yep.
Yep. I have my name on Hearts of Darkness, the making of the final Friday, which I believe they're getting back into the thick of things and getting that completed. And other than the Balsamo films, there's Social Distance, which I still haven't seen. I haven't seen that. There's The Dead End, which is I think filming now or somewhere in around there, and Reunion from Hell. And, oh, um, I don't know. I'm looking forward to The Witches in the Sand. I just made through that contact with Deborah Lamb because she's a co-producer or something with that, you know, and I'm like, great, because she's a cult film actress. So I'm going to have her on hopefully in July. But I'm to the point now, unless it's somebody like a Dave McRae or a Vincent DeSante, who I have trust in from Never Hike Alone and It's Me, Billy, I'm to the point where if they don't have any name recognition in these films, I'm not going to take them seriously. And that's a sad thing to say, but if I'm going to put money towards something, I need to know that it's what I'm getting into.
Right.
So Witches of the Sand is like I said, I got a Blu-ray and my picture will be in it. That's fine with me, you know. I couldn't go any higher than that, but they've got a lot of talent involved. Now, I get
Is
it.
is that wrapped up or is that still going?
That's a good question.
I just met him recently, and seems like a really cool dude. And I remember hearing the name. I just wasn't sure. That sounds like I might be coming in on the tail end of it. But it's definitely something I'm interested in. I also really have you Chris Sanders, I think is his name, with the haunted couple is doing.
I
He
don't
did
know
the
whether
Nef.
I don't know
Nef
whether he reached out to me or not, but The Witches in the Sands has got over 12,000 Canadian with 124 backers, and it's in demand. In demand, that's actually good.
Yeah.
So they've got a lot of people in there. Yeah, it's got Deborah Lamb, it's got Linnea Quigley, Beverly Randolph, Brink Stevens, Barbara McNulty, Lynn Laurie, Lloyd Kaufman, trauma fame, Donna Lee Heising, Pauline Pert, Brandon Crane, Elaine Dietz, Lindsay drew Honey from American Werewolf in London and Lair of the White Worm. Genevieve Rossi is in this. Giovanni Lombardo Radice from Cannibal Ferox and City of the Living Dead in this. So you got a lot of talent in this. And
City
that
of
is,
the Living Dead, aka The Gates of Hell, right?
yep.
Excellent. Love
So
that one.
you've got some talent in this movie, and a lot of it. I don't know how much is shot, but like I said, it's in demand, so that's actually a plus. And it's on Indiegogo. So yeah, I went with the whole Blu-ray thing, and I went with that with it. That's how I decided to go with that. And he was really nice and decided to put my name and or my picture in the film just for doing the interview. And I was like, because I reached out for him. I was like, I want to hear more about this project. So yeah. But
Very cool.
yep. So those are projects I got my name on, and you probably got your name on more projects than me. But I had to kind of pull back on a
I've
lot
been,
of
well, I wouldn't say I have been a little more selective, but I've been, I lost my main profile on Facebook there. And I'll tell you, I just went ahead and started a new one from scratch again. But the one main thing that I've noticed was, well, first of all, I had like 1,300 friends, and now I have 400, and I don't know who the hell those, I'm trying to slowly remember who they all are, but the groups and how my page was tailored to see all these things. Even the same groups I'm in now, they don't pop up in my feed the way they did before after years of whatever. And so everything's a different rhythm now, and I'm just trying to get caught back up to see more of what's coming out. There's one, I don't even know how to say it, but there's one in particular that I keep seeing and a lot of people are pushing. And I honestly believe it's
oh,
no, I think this is just a dude who has nothing to do with anything. It's just like, hey man, I want to make a movie. And I did a support of like $20, and I have no faith in that right now, to be honest with you. I hope I would be tickled to be wrong, and I hope
I would say look over The Witches of the Sand. I think, just a second, I'll bring that up again. How much it would be to get your photo in the film. Just give me a minute. Because
I actually been talking to him about doing some voice work. And he said, oh, do you have any samples? And I sent him some. And he's like, oh, I really like those.
there you go. Well, mention my name, Troy, because he still talks to me. Mention my name to him.
Okay.
In fact, I might even fire him a message and mention your name as well.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Looking for voice work for anybody who will offer it.
Because he is a really good guy. But this project looks good. Have you seen the trailer for it? I mean, you got a friggin' sandwich that flies that bears teeth. I mean,
I'm interested.
yeah. But I mean, you have here $4 EUR, whatever, euros, I guess. Media shout out. You get IMDb thank you credit for 12 euros. That's 18 Canadian. So the Witches of the Sands Blu-ray, which I bought, that was $22 euros. So 32 Canadian. Your name and the credits, that's 22 euros, 32 Canadian. And then you get signed A3 print, 25 euros. T-shirt, 28. Seven Witches artwork prints, 55. Your face in the film, 60. So that's 88 Canadian. I don't know how much that would be American.
I think right in there somewhere. Yeah.
Okay. Well, your face in the film, 60. Name a character, 63 euros. Be an extra in a party, 110 euros. Extra in scene with Lindsay Drew from American Werewolf in London, 130 euros. Be in the film, 140 euros. Yeah, they got a bunch of stuff in here. It starts to get a little more expensive, but it says voice a trauma character, 300 euros.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. However, Troy, you might be able to still do something where you get your face in the film or something, which might be a little more affordable.
They do say I have the perfect face for radio.
But that's what it says on here. So, yeah, just I'll talk to him about it, you know. But that one there, like I said, it's got a great cast in it. Like you've got a yeah. And that was one of the reasons I took him seriously. It's because he managed to reel these people in. Like I've already interviewed a lot of these people before even hearing about this film. So
didn't he just pick up Vernon Wells? Was that him? That just
I don't know. If he did, then that would be another one.
I can't remember if it was him or not. For some reason, I think it might have been, but it might not have been. He's talking about it. He was talking to someone's agent, and he couldn't say who yet. Boom, he's got Vernon Wells in there. Don't remember if that was him or not.
I met Vernon Wells and I've interviewed him. Great guy.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Mm-hmm. But nonetheless, you got some films coming up we should talk about. Actually, I want to talk to you about your voice work in 13 Fanboy. What can you tell us about this other than that you're a very incompetent security person or person in helping this poor woman who's being stalked and attacked?
Basically, all I can tell you is I'm sure it'll be out by the time this comes out. But in the case that it's not, I can tell you that basically I'm called for some help. And I'm not all that helpful. I don't seem to notice any problems. We'll just leave it at that for now.
You weren't smoking weed, were you?
Not in the back of the hotel room security closet by the mop. I mean, no.
I'm glad Debbie Sue got you involved in this film. I think that's awesome. It shows tremendous confidence she has with you. So there you go.
Yeah, she blows me away. She's pretty damn neat person.
Mm-hmm. Actually, I feel extra complimented because when I got my picture in the film, scene with Tracy Savage, I was trying to book Riley C. Morris, who's one of the executive producers on the film, on here. And he's trying to wait for distribution before he comes on. But he said to me in a message on Facebook, he says, I recognize your face. I guess it's my profile picture is used, I guess. It says, I recognize your face. Your picture is definitely in there. A bit bloody, but it's there. So I think my picture is involved in a gore scene.
Very cool.
I actually feel like I was just knighted because Nora Hewitt was one of Tom Savini's prime students, you know?
Yeah, she's really coming out and making a mark.
So I actually felt knighted. Like my picture's not just there. It's utilized in some way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I felt very complimented hearing that, you know? So,
No.
yeah. It's funny too, because with 13 Fanboy, the interesting little community, you know, I come to know you, Jason Bradford, Christopher Norris. Don't yawn while I'm talking to you.
All of a sudden, I'm like,
Oh, I mentioned Christopher Norris' name and you had to do that.
instantly fall asleep.
Can't believe you would do that when I mentioned Christopher Norris' name. After all the times
no,
he came to your rescue.
That is a really cool group of people.
Yeah. Yeah. I've had Noelle on here and Christy Fontenot, and I hadn't had Lisa Perez, and I've kind of given up on that, on going after that. But yeah, a lot of cool people on the outskirts of this movie, and then you got the big cast members, you know?
Right.
Yep. So I'm still hoping that the bigger names will do the Doubtfire Face Challenge. I know you did one. We're doing your best Robin Williams / Terry Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm hoping Adrienne King comes through on it because she's been nominated I don't know how many times, but she was that initial final girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know one more person that's going after her for it when he does it. so
What you got to do is you got to get some of the like the star of Life of Pi.
Life of Pi. Yeah. But I thought it was cool that Ron Sloan did it.
He is such an awesome person. He is just like such a genuine, awesome guy. And yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all that he jumped right at that chance to
well, here's the thing. Out of all the named stars in that movie, if I post something, he's the one that will press like or respond to something I post. And in a way that it's sad because it's like, am I not valued? But
right.
I know that I did a cameo where I pitched the Doubtfire Challenge to Judy Aronson, and she seems into it. And she said she was kind of jealous when Ron Sloan did it, and because she said you would have loved to have done that, but she said she promised she's going to do it after the whole COVID thing, and this was when the whole lockdown was happening. So I don't know what it's like in California right now, but yeah,
they're about halfway opened. I think it's kind of right down the middle. I think that it's going towards full open, but who knows what different politicians in different states, it's hard to say what one will do from the other.
What's it like where you are?
We really are, we're mostly back open. Like there's at the grocery store, at some of the restaurants or fast food joints, the employees wear masks, but they don't ask anybody to wear masks anymore. There are some restaurants where the employees aren't wearing masks. And as I walk around and go into places that aren't requiring masks, then I'll go into another one after going to 20 places in one day. And they're like, sir, you need a mask. And like, oh, okay, whatever. I mean, it's not what the CDC is saying right now, but they're like, sorry, it's the guy's very kind. It's just, sorry, it's store policy. And it's like, all right, well, nothing I can really do about that. And I'm not going to sit there and harass this guy over it. So I will put it on and do whatever I need to do,
I wear a cool mask. I got a Jason one, I've got a Blues Brothers one, and I got a Big Lebowski one.
Okay, what's the Blues Brothers one look like?
Just a minute, I'll get it. There we are.
They're in the hospital.
Oh my goodness, Troy, get your ass back on screen there. Quit playing. Okay.
Where are they at?
Here's my Jason one. And
Oh yeah, buddy. I love it.
Blues Brothers.
Very cool.
And when I'm cleaning, if I happen to be around people, I get stopped and a lot of questions about this one, a lot of conversations about the Blues Brothers, because I've interviewed 3 of the band and plus a stunt woman in it. And
I still, that's one of my on my regular rotations, the soundtrack album with Aretha Franklin, James Brown. I mean, that is a magical album. Gold.
Yeah, I got this one.
What is that? I can't see it very well.
It's the Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah.
The dude with his what, 89-cent milk or whatever that is, however 69-cent milk. Yeah. Yeah. I figure if I'm gonna wear a mask, I might as well have some fun with it.
Right.
But I get a lot of people see the mask and there's like a conversation. They'll talk to me and they'll say, "Oh, love your mask," blah blah blah. The moment I mention I've interviewed somebody from said movie, then the conversation carries on longer. Yeah. So anyway, that's what I do for mask. I might order a Halloween one, like a Michael Myers Halloween one. I might order a Trailer Park Boys one.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Maybe, maybe I might do it. Depends on how close we are to getting opened. I'm waiting to schedule my second vaccine and then we'll see how that goes. But anyway, yeah. But yeah, we got our names on a lot of things, but we need to talk about some of the other projects you have that you got your name on. Now, let me see. I'm going to bring up your IMDb here.
IMDb.
Huh?
IMDb.
Yeah.
My IMDb.
Yeah. We'll see what okay. Found you. Associate producer. Oops. No, I don't have COVID, people. Okay. What's Metal Lords?
Netflix series.
Okay. Pig. Is that about your eating habits?
Well, 1 second here.
So you're a truffle hunter.
Yes. I actually had to learn about truffles for that particular. I didn't know what they were. I just thought they were little chocolates or something. I don't know. Turns out that's not the case.
No?
I had a scene with Nicolas Cage in that one. That was kind of a interesting one.
He is doing a lot of remember he used to be in like every other movie and now yeah. Okay.
They just released the trailer for Pig.
And Massacre Academy are part of that as well.
Yep.
Now that is a project I know has been thrown at me many times, but it's like, I just can't.
I think it's out now. It looks potentially really good. I think Mark Cantu, the director filmmaker, I think from everything I've seen from the trailer and everything, the way it's shot, the lighting, it looks really well done. And he's got something coming up, I think, some sort of werewolf thing he's going to be doing, which I would certainly be interested in backing at this. Of course, I still have to see it, but it looks potentially really good. So happy about that.
Yeah, like I said, I've had a lot of these pitched at me, but it's just kind of like, I just.
Well, it's hard to tell sometimes when there's just so many coming at you. I got in on this one pretty early, actually, and was invited to go be in the party scene. But of course, I can't afford to go to Pennsylvania or wherever else real quick. So it was just, I just decided to associate produce, just help out, whatever, rather than since I couldn't go there. So.
Well, let's talk some Friday the 13th stuff, since that's how we connected originally. Any new theories on that?
I need to go through. So I made a full video through it. I have actually had a couple of things now over the years, the way it's been. I've had a couple opportunities and a few interesting questions come up. I can't remember what the last one was, but it really kind of threw a little bit of a monkey wrench, but then it didn't. It actually ended up working out. I just had to alter my theory slightly. But not really, because it's pretty simple now that I've gotten a much better look at Jason showing up behind the stores by the sheets and all that. He is in fact wearing the coveralls.
Okay.
But he's bald as fuck. He doesn't have the black hair. So after he buried his father, he went to take over for him and put on his coveralls. But then when he got to there, he noticed the other outfit and decided he was going to be himself. No, I need to revisit this. I really want to write it all out and everything. I just I ended up writing a bit of a story, and I got it all done. Apparently the dog likes the story quite a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, but I still think, and I know you've talked with Scotty McCoy about this, but I think in part 3, that is Paul's eyeball, and Abel has in his hands. I don't think Paul survived.
Nope, Paul is definitely not a survivor.
Nope. I know that's been a point of contention for people, but I think that, and some people say, well, they only mention on the news so many bodies, and Paul's wouldn't have been one. But yeah, but I mean, I think Paul ended up disappearing because they say there's other parts of the body. Obviously, he got hacked into several pieces.
Right, and if you look at the back cover photo off the original VHS, there is in fact a shot of Paul standing in front of the door with a little curtain on it that the muffin was outside of, and in the room where Jason jumped through the window there at the end or whatever, being killed. Like, he's got the look on his face when the knife goes through you. He's definitely being killed. So he died. There's no two ways about that. So yeah, it's very possible that there's other parts of the body. That means here's Paul's eye, and they hadn't found that body yet. So
nope. That's my theory on that. But I'll tell you, somebody who definitely has theories is Vincent DeSante. I had him on for a second time at I think it was the end of April. And he's the guy I wish that they would, instead of hiring Ronnie Yu, who sees the first of Elm Street and the first Friday the 13th, and the studios think because of Bride of Chucky, he should take the reins to this franchise. It's like, fuck that. Get somebody actually cares about the material. I like the fact Vincent DeSante, he has some ideas. He's got some theories, and he knows how to cover up or fill in a lot of the potholes. He he knows what he's doing.
cool.
He's even addressed, even in Jason Takes Manhattan, when you see that boat in the opening, and you'll notice at the campground you can see lights on up at the camp. I never ever stopped and thought about that, but he has. I like his style of thinking. He has combed through pretty much everything, and he
I
knows.
think he helped write on Jason Rising.
Oh, did he? I don't know.
I think he did.
But I think that, well, I'm hoping that when this lawsuit finally gets settled, that we can, number one, Tom McLaughlin has a script called Jason Never Dies, and he is going to have Jason in the Snow. And I'd like to see Tom McLaughlin do another one because he did Jason Lives, which arguably, at least for me, is the best one of the franchise. That and the final chapter.
I think really after, as far as, you know, how you had your 1, 2s, and 3s, and then basically ended with the 4s. They all have their charm, but 6, that's when it really made that's when Jason was the new Jason, when he was resurrected, and that movie was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was a fun movie, you know, and yeah, that was, I liked it a lot. It's still to this day one of my favorites. I love the whole like throwback in the beginning when he stabs him with the fence and it gets hit by lightning and all that, some kind of Frankenstein type thing, you know. Super awesome.
That was what he was going for too, with a lot of these old references. But I find with Jason Lives, I saw screened in Toronto for a midnight screening, and seeing that with an audience was pretty interesting, especially with all the humor in it.
Yeah, the paint guns part, I remember everyone laughing at.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think arguably, I think that's the best one. Although anybody that says the final chapter, I won't argue with them. That would be my runner-up. But I think Never Hike Alone is better than the majority of the franchise.
Yeah, 3 is my favorite.
Mm-hmm. I like Tracy Savage in 3. I like Tracy Savage in 3. I don't dislike the movie, but she's my favorite part of it.
Right.
Yeah. She's my favorite part of it. And I've been happy to have her on here a couple times so I could express that to her. She knows I spent a lot of money on 13 Fanboy because she's in it. Yeah. But yeah. So do you have any of these roles in your other films, like Pig and Massacre Academy? Like what is your role like in these?
You know, like with Massacre Academy,
Mm-hmm.
associate producer, of course, with the Truffle Hunter. I'm more of a featured background in that. Kind of varies. I'm all over doing voice work. I'm trying to do a lot more voice work. I wish that there's so many new films and new up and coming filmmakers that I like, but it seems like the majority of them are on the East Coast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe, you know, if there's anything even going on in California, or there, you know, what's up with that, or Oregon or Washington. But for now, everything's being made a little farther away. So probably do a little more voice work now that I'm finding out how much it costs to get somewhere without flying. Holy shit, that's a whole mess of its own.
Yeah. Well, Christopher Norris is your biggest fan.
He's awesome. He's hilarious. Sends me all the dad jokes.
I thought you sent him all the bad jokes.
No, dad jokes.
Oh, dad jokes.
I send the bad jokes. He sends the dad jokes.
I had him on here again back in February or March or somewhere like that. To me, you know, it's like he doubled for Harrison Ford.
Yeah, how cool is that? That's pretty
How
cool.
cool is that, you know? But I like how you got him in some of your videos.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he's funny. He really is. He's a goofy guy and a lot of fun. I'd like to do a few more videos. He's got some funny ideas. I think he's got a little darker sense of humor than he lets on in the public.
Yeah. Apparently he has, and I've heard this more from not just from him, but I forget who else had said this, that he has an extraordinary, bizarre death in 13 Fanboy.
He did say it's rather interesting.
Yep. I've got a few theories. I don't know whether the Debbie Sue Voorhees part is going to be a flashback or whether it's going to be something that happens at the beginning. But I am aware that the scene that's going to have my picture is in with where Tracy Savage is. I'm also aware that there's going to be at least 3 death scenes in and around her section, which I'm assuming is early on in the movie, because you got Dave Miller, you got Jason Bradford, and you got Christopher Norris. They're all going to be picked off in that section, I'm assuming. And I hate to see Tracy picked off, but I'm going to go ahead and just assume it's probably going to be her blood that my picture gets coated with. But, or maybe Chris Norris. Who knows? He might have made it into the room where she is. I don't know. Maybe Chris Norris tripped over and landed on my picture and impaled himself.
Oh, jeez.
But yeah, that's what I'm assuming. But yeah, you've got a lot of good people involved in this movie. You guys had any conventions up your way yet, or you guys not get those?
Portland is not very friendly for like horror cons. They're just starting to have a little more comic cons, so I'm hoping at some point there'll be enough. My town's weird, man. Their fucking city motto is keep Portland weird, and I'm just like, normalize Portland, please. They've always kind of done things their own way, but it's just, I want a horror con, but for now we get the Pokemons and whatever. I don't know what.
Shit, really?
Yeah, just it's all the more comic-y stuff than any horror and movies and stuff, really. So a couple years ago we had, I forget what they call it. It was a con, and they actually had like a handful of stars on hand for autographs and or whatever. But it just wasn't very many people. They literally had like 3 or 4 people total.
So who'd they have?
Can't even remember. They weren't really the stars of anything. They were the next tier. For instance, if it was if it would have been like Star Wars, or Star Trek, it wouldn't have been Patrick Stewart. It would have been Jonathan Frakes, or it would have been actually the guy underneath Jonathan Frakes. Starring the one guy that was in the thing. It's like, all right, who are you again? Oh, that's cool though. I don't know. No, it was just I can't really remember, because it wasn't whatever they were. It wasn't really necessarily the type of shows I watch, so I didn't really know them too much.
It took going to Toronto for me to go to a con, because New Brunswick, I mean, I've screw New Brunswick on getting a con here unless it's some anime or Pokemon or something like that, and you're not going to get me there, So I can't even get 13 Fanboy screened at our shitty local film festival, so that's okay. Toronto's understood. Yeah.
I'm so hoping that's going to hit a theater, at least in my state. In which case, I wouldn't mind driving a little bit to go see it, as long as it's somewhere in my state.
Yeah, I'd like to see it when it comes out. So I don't know. So
Yeah, I
what
really, 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 really want to see it in the theater. And Pig, I think, is supposed to come out in the theater. So, which is again kind of almost a rare treat for Nicolas Cage these days. I believe they're going for a theatrical release. It was picked up by the company that won Best Picture last year for Parasite. So I think they took it. They're going
I
to
saw Parasite in Toronto. I saw that with Lisa in Toronto.
Release.
Yeah. Parasite was really good.
Hmm.
Toronto was a place where I save all my free Cineplex movie, and I got 18 freebies right now with my scene card for that. Because Toronto is a place where I've attended so many interesting screenings. Like we went to Jojo Rabbit and we had wine in the theater, which was something different. I went to my first IMAX, which was Apocalypse Now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've never been to an IMAX, and quite frankly, I think Apocalypse Now was the perfect movie to see in IMAX. I went to a double feature of White Christmas and Black Christmas.
Oh, wow. Good versus evil.
White Christmas had some people show up, but Black Christmas was packed. Yeah. And I think the only time I've seen a classic film packed in our theater was when they played Monty Python, the Holy Grail. Otherwise, because we've had a lot of old films play during COVID. And even those weren't attracting people, but I went, obviously, because they played Jaws, they played Empire Strikes Back, Nightmare on Elm Street at Halloween time, which I went to more than once. Mean Girls was played, Hocus Pocus, Nightmare Before Christmas, all kinds of interesting stuff. And I'm like, yeah, sign me up. I'll go to these classic films. But in Toronto is where I get to see some interesting screenings, including Jason Lives, which was put on by Drunken Cinema, which where when something happens, you take a shot.
Yeah.
I didn't do that. But nonetheless, I had a card. I was given a glow stick and a card. And the glow stick was to replace a shot because I don't really drink. But my card said, every time you see steam or rain on screen, wave the glow stick. And I'm like, for fuck's sake, I'll be waving this thing through the entire movie. But nonetheless,
it's an exercise.
But I put a post on Facebook about it, and the following night I was at Christmas party, and my phone rings, and it was Nancy McLaughlin, and I said to her, I was watching you on a screen last night. She goes, I know, I saw your post. Because people reacted when the whole American Express card is floating out of her hand. People are like, don't leave home without it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what else is going on with you?
Oh, not much. Just working the job and riding e-bikes, and that's about the life of it for right now. I just was told 5 minutes ago my son's girlfriend was just in an accident on the freeway. So when we're done here, I'm gonna have to call and see what's going on there. Never stops. Never stop.
Where do you come up with your ideas for your comic videos?
Just random. They just hit me, and like, if you could imagine every stupid idea that might run through your head every day, if you were to stop and make a video out of each one of those, that's kind of what I do. I've been able to catch all these ridiculously idiotic thoughts and make them into videos.
Well, even so,
it's funny. I literally have hours of little shit skit videos now. Maybe someday I'll just screen record them all and make one movie.
Well, I like the ones where you get the background music and you're like biking and you go up over this ramp and you make it look like you're flying.
Yeah, and smash
And
into
then
the
you
wall.
crash into the wall. Like I don't think I could do that even on my phone, but you seem to pull it off really well with your timing and with your sound effects and what you have, stuff like that. Who
I
do
used
you
to I used to edit videos, like I'd film videos with my kids like 20 years ago, and I would have 2 VCRs, and try to edit them up and get as close as possible. And then for years I did it, kind of that way, old school. And then one day I got a smartphone. I'm like, what? You can do this right here? I'm like, hold my beer. And the rest is history.
Yeah. And because misery likes company, you got Chris Norris in on some of these.
Yeah, we did that video with him, and he's funny. He's got some actually pretty funny ideas for some videos, but every once in a while I'll just call him and say, all right, do this, this, and this. And I won't tell him what the video's about or what context it's in, so it's just as he's just as surprised when he sees it as anybody else.
Well, I like the one where he's pretending to watch himself on TV when
Get
about
the award.
Yeah, and he doesn't get it.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah,
sorry, that wasn't that meant to go to Denzel Washington.
Well, it's kind of a play on the situation with the movie a few years ago that was supposed to win Best Picture, and they announced the wrong movie.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
I remember that. That did not go over well.
No, it did not. They should have given it to Chris Norris.
Yes, it would have been a lot easier, damn it.
Yep. After all, he's like Harrison Ford's shadow now.
If you can stand in for Harrison Ford, he's so we'll have to call him North Carolina Norris.
There you go. Indiana Norris.
Yeah.
Indiana Norris. There you go. Yeah. So any projects you got coming up?
I got some voice work coming up for the Valentine's Bluff. For the I always have such trouble remembering his name for some reason. It just always slips out of my head. But anyway, the Amityville Shark House. I'm looking forward to that. I like the idea. It's like, what's worse than the Amityville house if it had sharks in it? I'm like that. Just the name alone, I'm like.
Are you going to do a version on your phone called the Amityville Shark House?
The Amityville Horrors. I just have a couple prostitutes that are possessed.
Yeah. Who's in the shark one?
I'm not sure, but the guy is apparently a YouTuber.
I think I got sent that. Looks like a shark on the White House or something like that.
Yeah, coming out of the
Yeah, I was sent that, and I looked at it, but again, it's like it sounds great, but it's like, are these projects I want to get involved? All the power to them. I'm not discouraging anybody to get involved. The more people you get involved, the better the movie will likely turn out. Just financially, I'm not in a place where I can do it.
Right.
Yep. Until I get out of this cubby apartment and my brother and I and my sister-in-law get our own place where we could hopefully get solar panels and stuff like that and counter all that stuff, and that I wouldn't be spending so much financially, then I might be in a better position where I can get involved again. The closest I was able to do was Witches in the Sand, my picture in the film, which didn't cost me an arm and a leg to do. So I was able to do that. So
that's cool.
yeah. otherwise, check out. I'll mention something to Tony Martin about you, and maybe you can get involved in that film somehow. I am looking forward to that one. But as
Yeah,
far
I
as
started since I just met him, and I started looking up some of his stuff, and I'm impressed. I mean, I think he's definitely a talented person. So
yeah, well, he didn't reach out to me. I reached out to him. If it wasn't for Lynn Laurie, I wouldn't have known about this project. So um, I'm like, it looks like a good project. I can't get on as a co-producer or associate producer or anything like that, but at least, I was able to do something. So I'll take that for what it is. I don't know. It's not on my IMDb. I don't know where it would go under my picture in the film, but at least I'm tagged in there somehow. So yeah, but hopefully we'll get to see this soon. This is the film I'm
yes,
most anxious to see.
I've got the trifecta in that one. I got a character named after me that gets murdered. I got associate producer, and then of course voice work. So pretty pumped about that.
I don't have the try effect. I'm a co-producer, although my co-producer credits go be at the beginning of the film.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I went with that for one big reason. Because I'm sick and tired of the attitude I'm getting out of the local film scene here in New Brunswick. Because when 13 Fanboy, when I got involved with it, I didn't know whether I was going to be associate producer or a co-producer. So I contacted the film people here and asked questions about the difference and what it was and this and that. And I asked, when this is ready, could it play at the local film festival? Because after all, I have just given the Friday the 13th franchise a New Brunswick connection with this project, with Hearts of Darkness, and with Victim No More. I have just connected Friday the 13th with New Brunswick. And the response I got was, "Are you starring in it?" No. And like the whole tone he gave me. Now, we had Joe Medjuck here as a special guest for the film festival, or here. He was a co-producer or a producer or somewhat for Ghostbusters, and I guess he's from here. He didn't star in it. So I'm like, okay, I see, it's all aligning. I see what's going on. So I'm like, fuck that. Not only did I get co-producer, I said, I'm going to get it at the beginning of the movie where you're going to really see it.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And you know what? New Brunswick don't want to play it. Fine. I'm proud of the project. And at least, Toronto's interested. Los Angeles, I think, is where it's supposed to premiere. And I would imagine New York will put. I'm like, okay, they don't want to play it here. Other places will play it. So I just more or less dusted my feet off on the locals. If you're not going to expand your film festival, then look, I'm not going to pay a VIP to go meet people I can meet at the local coffee shop for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. It's not going to happen. I don't know how we went from Joe Medjuck, people from the Trailer Park Boys, Tara Spencer Nairn from Corner Gas, to local filmmakers, and all power to them. I mean, for their projects. But if you're going to make a film festival, you need to get at least one name or two names so people can show up there and meet somebody and maybe expand revenue. But I get told, well, we don't have the money for that. Well, you know what? I'm not rich either, but you know what? I still spent money to go to Toronto so I could go to a horror con that would be much more fun than going to their fucking film festival. Sorry, That's my attitude towards the local filmmaking. There are some people here that's got talent. I'm not denying that. But I remember I had interviewed Gia Milani from here because she made a film called All the Wrong Reasons. I loved it. But one of the questions I asked her when I interviewed her, because she said her film was played, I think it was Portugal. I think she said it was played. I asked her how that felt to have your film play there, because and she said it felt great. Because your film plays here and you make it here. Of course, everybody's going to tell you did a great job, whether they mean it or not. So I had her on for that film's anniversary because I actually genuinely fucking like the film. But so it's not like I'm against everybody that does films here. I'd like to see a little progression, and I'm just not seeing it. And if people local don't like me saying that, too fucking bad. They shouldn't shit all over stuff I put my time and money in either. So, yep. So, anything else before we close off? I was trying to hit us up to 3 hours and 20 minutes like we did the first time.
Yeah, I don't think I can marathon that one again. Probably fall asleep. No, man, that's pretty much it. Just chugging right along, and hopefully by our next interview next year on this very same date, we'll I'd like to schedule that now just to keep a tradition now since it is. Yeah, a lot more of this stuff will be out. It's amazing what a waiting game the whole movie process is. I was just on the TBS pilot for To Kill the Orange-Faced Bear with Damon Wayans Jr. And what I'm told is, so the guy's girlfriend was killed by a bear. She tried to spray it in the face with mace, but accidentally grabbed the orange spray paint instead. And supposedly you're going to get the bear's POV. I'm told that maybe Sarah Silverman's voicing one of the bears who likes the guy bear, but the girl bear that's dating the guy bear is the one that killed the girlfriend. And so you're going to have it from the bear's point of view, and Hank is the guy that wants revenge on the bear. And so it was really cool, though. They had there's the end of the bar where they sit Damon Wayans Jr., and then the stool next to him is me. So I had to sit there drinking water out of a phony beer label. And, yeah, it was fun.
When's that coming out?
September, the pilot will be released on TBS, and then from there, if it's picked up, they'll start filming the series.
Where'd they come up with that? The orange-faced bear. Where'd they come up with this?
Yeah, I don't know. Kill the orange-faced bear.
Kill the orange-faced bear.
Yep, that's what it's called. So,
and it's a series.
Yeah, this is a pilot for a series. So now, if the pilot passes, and if they like it, they'll pick it up and then film a season. So we'll see how that goes. I was in the pilot for Stumptown, which they did get picked up, but now they went from filming in Portland to filming in Canada and saying it's Portland. So I don't know if they'll necessarily film here if they get picked up or not. That would be cool if they did. And maybe I could get like a reoccurring bar character or something. End up like the mailman on Cheers, or not the mailman, but the not Cliff, but like the fat guy mailman that you only see once in a while. For somebody just the background. Oh, there's that guy again.
So, and it's got Sarah Silverman in it, and she's awesome.
She's going to be voicing one of the bears, from what I'm told.
So, is this like kind of like Ted kind of thing?
It's really hard to say. I don't think he's going to be with the bears so much. I think you're going to get him on his whole journey of his girlfriend was eaten and then her twin's still alive, but it's his best buddy's girlfriend as the twin, and he kind of keeps seeing her. And then separately, boom, I think off in the woods, you'll have Sarah Silverman and the Bears figuring out their little fucking dating circle and having their whole thing going on. And then boom, back to the fucking human world. And I'm sure at some point, obviously they're going to probably meet up.
I wonder who's making that. I wonder if that's online here. Kill the orange face.
There's a little bit on it about some of the people that play in it and the basic premise. They don't even have like a cover photo yet. It's on IMDb, and it's all over. All over. Google or whatever.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm seeing it coming up here. Sarah Silverman. Yeah. That actually sounds interesting.
I think it's either going to be really funny or incredibly stupid. I don't think there's going to be anywhere in the middle. I think it's either going to be really well done or really not well received. So I'm hoping that it'll be, something pretty decent.
It says here comedy.
Yeah.
There's no details much on it, but on IMDb, but there is a few write-ups on it.
Yeah, just on Google or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep an eye out for that in September, and then of course we got hopefully August 13th for 13 Fanboy. Pig should be coming out here sometime soon. I got who knows about Balsamo Beach. That's due out who knows when. I did some voice work for a guy on Scary Stories to Tell After Dark or something like that, his own version of, and I voiced Stanley the farmer from the scarecrow that walks at midnight, I think it's called.
Okay.
Waiting for that to come out. Yeah, waiting for everything to come out.
I don't see a lot of the news because I left all the horror groups on Facebook because and I found this problem with the wrestling groups too. You can't have an opinion,
Yeah.
And you get tired. I left the wrestling groups first because I just got tired of bullshit. I'm sorry, I don't like Shawn Michaels and I don't like Triple H. I don't care if people like them. I don't like what Shawn Michaels did to our flag when he was here, sticking it up his nose and stuff like that. I would not have blamed any Canadian that jumped the barricade and beat his ass to a pulp. That would have been interesting on that pay-per-view. But I found that disrespectful. I understand they say he's changed now or found God, and I'm like, okay. But I'm going to tell you, I didn't appreciate that because if Bret Hart had done that to the American flag, they would have been calling for his head. So, not impressed with Shawn. And as far as Triple H goes, I'm sorry, but I think you know as well as I do how he got ahead in the business. I'm sorry. Can we agree to say that he just knew who to fuck?
That is the rumor.
Yep. I'm sorry. And the fact that he couldn't even fucking put Sting over at one of those WrestleManias or those old WCW feuds, like fuck you, After the Warrior flattened his ass at WrestleMania 12, the next time you see him, he's all big, and I'm sorry, he didn't get that from working out. And the same thing with Vince McMahon. It's like I'm sorry, wrestling today sucks ass. I like watching the 70s and the 80s for wrestling, a little bit of the 90s, but it sucks ass today. It's total bullshit. And get on these friggin' videos. Yeah, Roddy Piper. Now there's a guy I like.
A couple of the Portland wrestlings I ordered.
Yeah.
I like the old school stuff.
Oh, I got a lot of those LGN ones back there. Those old rubber ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're all bagged back there. Actually, I might find a piper. You give me a second.
Rowdy Roddy. Oh shit.
A big bag of these. I got a lot of these at a Comic-Con. I miss these. But there's Roddy. I didn't get the kill
Nice.
with him, but I got a Roddy Piper.
The greatest.
Yeah, I prefer him to Hulk Hogan any day. Yeah, I was proud to get this. I got a few interesting ones in here.
Is it the Ultimate Warrior?
No, it's Randy Savage.
No, I can't see. There's a little shadow on his face, and my eyes are terrible.
Oh no, it's a Macho Man. Boy, he'd be so insulted if he heard that.
I can barely see that.
That is Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff. Yeah, I got a few of these. I even got this guy. Outback Jack. And another one of my favorites, Jake the Snake Roberts.
A fellow Balsamian.
Yeah, we're both in Catch of the Day too. And the greatest champion, Triple H will never be this good. Bruno Sammartino. But there's a guy in here that I'm trying to pull out that'll bring back the whole Portland wrestling scene here in a minute. Oh, I got Terry Funk. Guy that put himself through more tables. I mean, Mick Foley learned from him. Yeah. I got Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. I got a few in here. Some of them are in really, really good shape. But there's one I'm trying to pull out here that is total. Yeah, I got hold of them. Portland Wrestling.
Is that Superfly?
No,
I can't see.
it's Billy Jack Haynes, motherfucker.
Oh, I can't see. I can't see any of
The
them.
master of the full Nelson. He always had Oregon on his tights.
Nice.
Or his trunks. Yeah.
That's awesome. Pretty good collection.
I have got a few good ones on here. So, yep. I got a few good ones, and I got some of them that are just in really, really fantastic shape that I'm very glad that I got them when I did. Here's one of your ancestors.
That much I can see. That looks like me.
That's George the Animal Steel.
Oh, yeah.
Only his hair is all over his body. And last but not least, of course, I got a whole bag of these, but the Iron Sheik.
Old
Put you in the camel clutch and make you humble. Yeah, I got a whole bag of these. I got others in here too. King Kong Bundy, the Junkyard Dog, Adorable Adrian Adonis. I got so many of these in here, and I got a lot of them at the Toronto Comic Con. And some the ones I got at the Toronto Comic Con were in great shape too. So I was very lucky because a lot of them, they have paint loss, and I got like 3 Terry Funks, which one has a face chewed off and stuff. And I was like, yeah, Terry Funk was in some rough battles. Yeah. But
use it like a before and after.
yeah, I got 3 Corporal Kirstners too. Some of them I had somebody sell a lot of these to me from a flea market. So So I got a bunch of these, and yeah, wrestling's not the same anymore. It sucks.
I don't like it as much. Too mainstream.
Well, now it's too stupid. It's too stupid, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like to see people wrestle, and I like how somebody will say, well, old wrestling, it was just headlocks and arm bars. Not really.
We
What
had
we
cage matches and hair matches and,
Yep.
top turnbuckle shit flying. Jimmy Superfly Snuka. His name isn't Jimmy Super Walking fucking armbar. It's fucking Superfly.
Yep. Yeah, I don't have one of his here. Now I do have the figures that you can move the arms and legs and stuff. I do have a Superfly. I got them locked away right now because, well, I'm hoping eventually, because that's why I don't have stuff unpacked here, because I'm hoping we move at some point. But I gotta say, I miss Toronto. If you ever get a chance to go to one of the horror cons, take it. Because they get a lot of weird shit at some of these vendors,
Look, if they ever get one around here, I'm fucking going, buying a banner and having my own table. Like 13 Fanboy.
I should show you my tote bag. I ordered this.
Huh. Nice.
I brought that with me to advertise the movie. But even beyond that, this is something I got in it right now. I just happen to have it stored in it, but I'll show this.
Nice.
Signed by Ted White.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I've had him on here a couple times. I like this. I should wear this out and around. There we go.
Tell everybody you're a big fan of hockey.
Jason with headphones. Jason's into podcasting because people are just not out and about due to the pandemic. So Jason had to figure out another way to pass his time.
Hey, he's wearing his mask.
Yeah, he's wearing his mask. But yeah, I got this, and actually, there's a picture he signed in here too. He signed it down there. We all know he had a hard time with Corey Feldman. So I thought Jason was the scariest in that movie. Like just the intensity, and yeah, I always loved the final chapter. And it had a great cast in it. I find that the cast in that movie, it's almost like they were written by John Hughes. What's your dog barking at you for?
The other dog, they're wrestling. Probably telling me to make dinner.
Tell them to make you dinner.
Yes.
How many animals do you got?
I have one dog. I have 3 cats, 2 that are indoor, 1 that's outdoor, and a squirrel. I did have my bunny, but my bunny died a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. How does a squirrel get along with the dog and the cats?
Squirrel beats the shit out of and chases anybody away that she wants to. She rules the house. Nobody messes with her.
No. So talk about the squirrel for anybody that hears this. I know you got a license to own your squirrel. Talk about that.
Yeah, so we got her when she was about 3.5 inches long. Her eyes weren't open or nothing, and we had to nurse her every 3 hours for months and months, and then she started acting kind of funny. You weren't really not exactly legal around here, so you can't really seek much help. If you take them to the Department of Fish and Wildlife, they euthanize on intake. So once she got sick enough, I had to start looking around. Finally got a hold of an exotic pet vet that would see her one time without a permit.
Mm-hmm.
Saw her, she needed life-saving surgery, and so he referred us to the person, and they got us the permit so we could get her the surgery. And then on the stipulation we have her spayed. So there we are.
Well, am I boring you yet?
Oh man, it's been a long day, long week actually.
Yeah. Is your car at the shop?
No.
Well, then stop complaining to me.
Right.
Did you
No,
clean?
I listened to those phone calls about my extended warranty.
Did you work 2 cleaning jobs today?
I did not.
Well, then stop complaining to me.
I refuse.
Actually, do you work even when you're at work?
I try not to, but sometimes I accidentally do a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I love your videos when you get them out. Keep doing that, man. Keep
Yeah,
doing it.
I've been so busy lately. I just haven't had very much time, but I've been trying to. I'm kind of getting used to the pace that I'm at. I mean, everything changed. I doubled in my hours. Everything just doubled. Now I'm like every second's full, and it's been starting to kind of get used to it a little bit, where I'm starting to creep in some more videos and find those little spots and those little inspiration, and and that now that things are kind of settling in. So yeah, that's where I'm at for now.
Well, keep doing the video. I think you should do a series of videos on your Friday the 13th series, starting at what your beginning is to where you are.
Yeah,
where
no,
it
I
is
like
now.
it. I like it.
In fact, I kind of look at the reboot as more or less another sequel. And I'll tell you why. Because whether he's coming from the sewer or where he's coming from, he'll go back to the camp. And if he doesn't have the hockey mask, he'll logically might go back to Sackhead. And I kind of look at that as where it would pick up where those peoples are up and they find the marijuana and whatnot. I come to this conclusion because when he finds the hockey mask in the reboot, there's almost like, at least it came across to me like a look of familiarity, when he does and he kind of notices it and he kind of picks it up and is like putting that thing on. I like to look at the reboot like that. It makes me hate it less.
Actually, that's not a bad theory. It's just
Yeah.
another one. It's after 9, but before 10, before he went to space.
I can't stand Jason X. I like David Cronenberg's little cameo in it, but I think, and I love the female android. I got to admit, I do like her.
Yeah, she was pretty awesome.
Yeah, but in the face smash kill was good, but I think Jason X was just absolute shit. I think it's the worst one of the franchise.
You have jumped the shark.
Yep. I did a ranking video, I don't know, must have been over a year ago at least. And Kitty's exploring my wrestlers. And Jason X was my least favorite. My least favorite. I think Jason Lives is the best film of the franchise, but I think that the final chapter is the scariest. I got things I like and dislike about the other films.
Well, I think that you have almost 2 different entities there, because you have basically 1, 2, 3, 4 is meant, kind of still in the scary vein, and then you had 5, which had the kind of the trickery with the imposter, and then from 6 on they switched over to more fun and a little more campy.
Yeah, but you know what? It worked in 6. 7, yes. I love the telekinetic part with 7. Here's the problem I have with 7. The characters, with the exception of telekinetic Tina, the characters were fucking boring. Like, you look at the characters in the final chapter and how you're with them and how appealing they are, and then you look at the boredom at the party next door in part 7. I couldn't stand the characters in part 7. Like, You talk about yawning. I yawned through that. And then part 8, the problem with part 8 is that they didn't get to make the movie they wanted. I have nothing against the concepts of these.
No, great.
Great concepts. The execution was way off. I say, yeah, telekinetic Tina was a great idea with Carrie versus Jason, so to speak. Great idea. Execution, horrible. Jason Takes Manhattan, great idea. Execution, terrible. Jason Goes to Hell. I like Jason Goes to Hell more than a lot of people, but I think my favorite part about it was the opening when the SWAT team ambushes them. I think there's a lot of good characters in Jason Goes to Hell that's not given credit for. But Jason X, I would have shit all over that screenplay before it ever got made. Like,
Yeah.
again, why didn't they go with Jason in the fucking snow?
Yeah, anywhere but space.
Yeah, it didn't work. Like, whose idea was I? And I remember, I think it was Sean Cunningham. I thought there was an interview about him where he said his son Noel said, all you need to do is get a bunch of people you don't like and have Jason kill them. That pretty much sums up why I hate Jason X, because you got a bunch of people I just don't give a shit about. You don't feel that way in Jason Lives or the final chapter, or even a lot of those older. There's a lot of reason why people like Jenny Field, Amy Steele in part 2. You know, part 3, I would have liked to had Debbie. They had to have played around with the whole pregnant aspect and had her be the final girl, but they seem to have forgotten that. Why'd they even write her to be pregnant to begin with? Or they just forgot? You know how much more interesting it would have been had they had a pregnant final girl? So
Yep.
that bothered me in part 3, but part 3 I can at least watch and enjoy it, you know. And part 1 I have a problem that they killed a real snake in the movie. That has really affected my enjoyment of the original when I found that out. And I blame Sean Cunningham for that, because if he's had several people killed off screen in that movie, but you've got to kill a live animal to make your movie. It's like, what an incompetent filmmaker, you know. That's Cannibal Holocaust territory. That's what that is. And I still haven't seen Cannibal Holocaust. Don't have any desire to.
I have. It's interesting, but the fucking animal parts, they just literally murder these fucking animals for no reason, just so they can get extra gore on their movie or whatever. It pissed me off.
Yep. So I didn't like that about Friday the 13th. I watched it when I got the box set, and I got the box set sitting over there. But that scene irks me because a filmmaker that has some skill, which I don't think Sean Cunningham does, they could have had Bill swing that machete down and have them react, and it could have been the same thing.
Yeah.
So I was not impressed that they had to kill a live animal. Now, I had somebody come back at me and say, well, in True Grit, John Wayne shot rattlesnakes, but I'm like, number one, I don't know about that. And number two, if you can afford John fucking Wayne for your movie, then I think you can work around that. Did he really shoot a live rattlesnake? Maybe he did. I don't know.
I don't know.
But if you can afford John Wayne, even in 1969, to do your movie, then I think you could probably avoid shooting a real rattlesnake,
You
especially
could
with.
afford a rubber rattlesnake.
Well, even still, you know, when you shoot at it, I mean, from where you are, you can't tell whether it's real or not anyway. So,
Right.
yeah. So I don't know about that, and my verdict's not out on that. But yeah, wasn't impressed with that element. It's a great box set, though. I'll say that. But I wish with some of these ideas they come up with, like telekinesis and Manhattan, I wish the execution was better.
Yeah, and the budget and everything else.
And I wish Ronnie Yu did not direct Freddy versus Jason, because Kane Hodder not being in that was a crime in itself. And
Yes, it was.
yep. So I say get Vincent DeSante to take the series from here. He knows what he's doing. Did you see Never Hike Alone?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah,
I thought it was
awesome.
better than most of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Was good.
In fact, when he does his next one, he's actually going to shoot a flashback scene where you see from the point of view of Tommy outside the ambulance.
Oh.
So you're actually going to see the two paramedics get killed.
Oh, cool.
So he knows what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. So I say give the reins to him and let Tom McLaughlin do, of course, his Jason in the Snow movie, because, well, Tom knows what he's doing. What do you think of this lawsuit?
I'm so over it. I wish they would just, one of the two needs to shut the hell up and move on. Or they both just need to go away and sell it to me.
Yeah. I've had Victor Miller on here 3 times, nice guy. I can't really speak about Sean. I got mail from him way back in the 90s where he signed a card and talked about upcoming projects, but that was before I found out the killing of a snake in his movie, and I'm kind of a little raw towards him right now over that, but yeah, I wasn't impressed. But nonetheless,
all right, man, I gotta wrap her up here. I got dinner ready now.
you don't have dinner
But,
ready. You're sitting right there.
Let's do this again next year on this date. I want to plan it now.
You want to plan it now?
Yeah, that'd be great.
June 21st?
Sounds good, man.
Why is that date so special to you?
I don't know.
Are you still going to have a friggin' Sasquatch riding a friggin' Loch Neck monster behind you?
Hopefully.
From this angle with that arm and that neck, it looks like you got 2 extensions hanging out of your head. Well, you're not allowed to ever shave your beard.
No, that's not
You're
gonna
never
happen. I'll be dead
allowed.
first.
Yeah, and I can echo that sentiment from everybody from 13 Fanboy. You're not allowed to ever. That is your permanent look forever.
It is.
There you
Till I
go.
die, at least.
There you go. What
All
are you
right,
having for
man, it's
dinner?
been-
What are you having for dinner before you go?
I don't know. She was asking me to buy dinner, but then she made something, and I just heard the thing go off, and I'm starving. So I'm like, I'm gonna go find out exactly what I'm gonna eat.
She probably didn't cook you anything.
Oh man, I'd be mad.
I gave it all to the squirrel.
All right, bud.
Squirrel out there with a little napkin thing on, like, the steak tasted good.
All right, my man. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you soon.
Take it easy, Troy. I'll be in touch.
All right, bud. Have a great night.
I'll call you some night when you're not working, which is pretty much all nights, right?
Every night.
That's every
All right.
night. Later, man.
All right. Take care.
Take care.